full high definition coming at you, man.
Friday.
Shay, give me your signature look. Come on, baby. Okay. Oh, there you go. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Friday. It is Friday.
It's been a great week. Can we talk about what we did yesterday for 2 hours?
Yes, we can talk about it in a limited fashion.
Correct.
So
yeah.
For those, I guess we should wait till some people show up.
That's probably true.
I will tell you that it was it's been an amazing week because Jake came up Monday, which he very rarely comes up on a Monday. And we've had dinner every night this week. And 4 nights in a row, the dialogue has been spectacular. I mean, he is growing and asking questions and sharing, and really proud of who he's becoming on a daily basis. And I know you have a big hand in that. So kudos to you. Coaching does work.
Yeah. But and I think this is a huge part of hiring, regardless of age or anything, but hiring people that are curious. Like, he's eager to learn because he's naturally curious. He wants to understand. He wants to know more. He wants to get the backstory. If there's a way, and there are ways for you to uncover that in people before you bring them into your organization, I don't care what the role is. I don't care how big the organization is. You hire curious people, it's going to lead to good things for your organization, I believe.
And I think the contrary, the opposite side of that is if you don't, they become islands. They're just standing there and they don't really gel and mesh. And so there's all kinds of issues there. I think it's okay to talk now about the Nudelberg family has embarked on a new project, a very exciting project. As everybody knows, I wrote a book. It's time to do book number 2. And book number 2, I will let Mark share what we're doing.
So it's going to be a family collaboration for this book. And we spent 2 hours yesterday with our writer and editor that's going to help us put this whole thing together. And she was phenomenal. She absolutely helped pull information out, was unbelievable at note-taking, going back. And it was really great for the 3 of us to be in a scenario where we were all giving our perspective on how we've gotten to where we are, the lessons learned, the stories that come from it, and all of the fundamentals and philosophies that have gotten us to where we are. And it was just a really cool experience. So I'm super excited about it as well.
I agree. I knew that hiring this person was the right move. I shared that with you. We brought it to the table and everybody agreed that it was the right move. And I think yesterday validated that we have somebody who can pull the best of each of us into something that will be, a legacy for, certainly our family, and something that people are going to want to read, because just in the 2 hours yesterday, peeling back the onion, it started to get real.
Yeah.
So it was super exciting, super fun. We went out to celebrate a little bit, but it's Friday. It's August 6th, and I think it's time to wake up.
Wake up, everybody. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up. Come on, come on. Wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in there. No more back to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Come on now.
So big shout out to Josh Kaysen. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Stay tuned because Jake will be joining us mid-show, and he will be doing a new feature that includes the update on the Miami Heat and what they're doing.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to Luke Melms. I'm really glad you're here this morning with us, Luke. Great virtual coffee. Luke is a Milwaukee guy, a Marquette guy, a Dwayne Wade guy. So Luke, if you have not connected with Keith Kafal, I know you guys will have some Wisconsin stuff to talk about. But great to meet you, Luke. Glad to have you here in the huddle this morning. Thanks for being here live and saying good morning.
Luke is a baseball guy, I think.
Big baseball guy.
Right.
Big baseball guy.
So how do I know that? Because I'm connected to him on LinkedIn.
I love it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So we got a fun show today. Lots of really new fun things that we're testing and trying. First thing is, it is National Fresh Breath Day. So in the scale of, if you want to be in a forward public-facing business, you got to have hygiene. Okay, it's important to have, like to me, if you're in sales on the guy side, or even on the female side, you don't take care of your appearance, man. You're going to be, and you got dirty fingernails, out. You got bad breath, out. So nobody ties it together better than our good friend Vic. Go take.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? People with bad personal hygiene. Now, follow me here. I'm not talking about people who just got done working or after a day at the beach or just got done eating a big meal or just worked out or anything like that. I'm talking about people who, for some reason, stink like a moose ass with breath like a gorilla burp. Like they show up for work in the morning and you catch a whiff and you just want to rip your own face off. What the hell are these people thinking? Are they so stupid or so selfish or so stupid and selfish that they just don't understand or know that they stink like a smelly sock that was dipped in a toilet and left in the sun on a hot day? I don't want to hear the bullshit. Oh, I used deodorant and I brushed my teeth and gargle. Bullshit! Do the laws of physics cease to exist in your underarms, crotch, and mouth? Is there anything worse than some yokel standing 6 inches away from your face with breath like a python that just ate a mouse and threw it back up?
So did Barstool Sports pick him up yet? Because he belongs on Barstool Sports 1,000%.
Be a good acquisition. I don't think so, but he's got a great following. He's got in my mind, a great take on things. I've used him here before, but this whole idea of hygiene is a very serious matter.
Well, it is, but I think it really ties to something that I talk about. People make associations, right? Like it or not. And I'm not talking about stereotypes. I'm talking about when you see something, you associate it with something else. When you hear something, when you feel something, you associate it with something else. So if you show up well-dressed with a certain kind of watch or a certain kind of shoes or a certain kind of hat, people make that association to wealth or success or to certain things. So if you show up with your shirt untucked, with bad breath, with your hair uncombed, with any of those things, with shoes that are beat, people make the association that you live the rest of your life that way.
Good. Christian, as clever as he is, hold on.
Yeah. A breath of fresh air.
But he said it. He said it the other way. Imagine. That's better. That's good, man. I like that better. So that's really awesome. So that whole idea of hygiene and appearance really matters. So that's a good takeaway, that if you are not paying attention, we talked about paying attention to how you show up, man. This is your wake up call. Okay. Number 2, today would have been Lucille Ball's birthday. Now here's the mind blower of all. Jake and I are going through some stuff yesterday. I said, I'm really excited that she's one of the funniest women ever. And he goes, Dad, I have no idea who you're talking about.
That's mind blowing. That's sick.
I did not know Lucille Ball. She was just the creative genius. She dictated a lot of what happened in comedy after her. She did TV shows. I love Lucy, was a classic, and she was always the comedy, foil of it. So I picked one clip to share, and this is about you got to try and please your boss.
So well either.
All right, girls. Now this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll!
Oh, this is easier. Yeah, we can handle this, okay? Listen, Ethel, I think this... I think we're fighting a losing game.
Maybe the most iconic scene from that show.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's a bunch that I could have picked. Her stomping grapes was great. Just so much fun stuff. Shout out to Catherine Holcomb. Great coaching call yesterday. But yes, it will always be one of my favorites as well. So we're going to move into a motivational music, and it's meant to lead us right into the Wall and Hall, which I can't wait to get to. So this music is very appropriate. Hit me.
Rescue me, or take me in your arms. Rescue me. I want your tender charm, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm blue. I need you and your love too. Come on and rescue me. Come on, baby, and rescue me. Come on, baby, and rescue me. 'Cause I need you by my side. Can't you see that I'm alone? Rescue me. Come on and take my heart, take your love, and comfort every part. 'Cause I'm lonely and I'm blue. I need you and your love too. Come on and rescue me. Come on, baby, and rescue me. Come on, baby, and rescue me. 'Cause I need you by my side. Can't you see that I'm alone?
The outfit. Forget about the music. The outfit, the hat, the jacket and pants, the houndstooth. Unbelievable.
I mean, just super cool. I think Chandra Green is new to the Huddle. I don't recognize that name. Do you?
I do not. Welcome to the Huddle, Chandra.
Welcome. And we believe it's a great selection, whether you're talking about I Love Lucy or Rescue Me. But we're going to head right into the Wall and Hall, because these are some people that need rescuing. For any of us, Mark is going to do a video on how to do the
Video intro.
the video intro. That will be available Monday for download, and anybody that signs up to the Nudelberg Daily Huddle page, that will
What we'll do is anybody who is signed up at the Nudelberg Daily Huddle page on LinkedIn, if you go there and you follow it, we will DM everybody the video. I'll walk through a screen share showing everybody how to use the phone, create the video, and go through what the key components of that video are. So there was a lot of feedback, Chet Tart, I know you were one of them that reached out with an email. I'm going to create that video. Make sure you're following the Nudelberg Daily Huddle page, and we will DM it to everybody so that they have it.
So let's rock and roll. I want to save time for Jake. Let's spend 3 to 5 minutes. We're definitely going overtime because Jake has some great sports updates. So rock and roll. You got a couple of Wall Hall.
Yeah, so Shay has them. I don't know what order we're gonna go them in. So Shay, pop them up. I'll show them, and we'll talk about them.
Shame on you if you can't dance too. I said shame on you.
Go. So we'll do 2 each. So this is mine. Somebody said to me, your profile caught my eye. We thought you'd be a great fit for a nursing degree.
Program in Miami. Why? What? I mean,
What
have
would
no
allow
idea.
somebody to see that I was a great fit for nursing. Maybe I need to be nursed. That would be
What's unbelievable about that, and I want to talk about this, is that probably came through a sales navigator campaign where they got a bunch of leads that said these people fit your profile for this. How bad is that? Are you wasting your money? You're wasting your time and your energy. It's complete waste.
Do another one, Shay. This is
mine. You know, she comes into me. She says, "Hi, Mark. I help coaches craft and optimize their high ticket offer, get back to their free time, and increase their closed deals, not just leads. Are you open to connecting?" Absolutely not. Why? Because in her approach to me, all she did was talk about what she does. I'm not interested in that. How do you know that I need your help? How do you know that that's something that I want? Forget about it. I'm giving you ample opportunity to connect with me in a way that's personal. Do it.
Even if you did need it, why would you choose her?
Correct.
So crazy. Let's do more, Shay. Okay. So this was great. I ask him, he comes back. I'm not sure, but most likely you were a connection of someone that requested to be connected to us.
Unbelievable.
That makes sense. It's like, what?
The fact that that's the way people respond to that question, like, here's a tip. If you get asked that question, it's a great opportunity, even if you didn't do your homework, to go back and look at their page and say, oh, you know what? I saw some of this stuff, and this is why I wanted to connect with you. Great.
So, let me ask you a question. Why is this so hard?
I don't know.
Why are we still doing it?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Go.
I don't know.
Okay.
So here's one that I think people might be like, oh, this is kind of nice. I think it's completely inappropriate, right? So I bumped into your profile and felt warm and fuzzies. Number one, no, you didn't bump into my profile. It came up somehow, some way. Tell me how that happened. And you didn't feel warm fuzzies. If you did like something in my profile, tell me about it. And then she goes on to talk about herself. I work with people with big vision. I'm always excited to hear what others are creating and becoming. I'm out. You completely lost me.
So who is Sarge Summers? Because that goes to the all name team.
Name of fame.
Right.
Name of fame.
Sarge Summers. He's in. I don't care what you say. You connect with me, Sarge. You're in, baby.
I love it.
Go. Okay, so I think it's now time for the
Hall of Fame.
I've got one that I want to put in. You put one in, then we'll move to Jake because we got to roll.
You go find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah.
Okay, go. So this was a guy I normally would not accept. He's a financial representative with this come on bullshit. Oh, I'm always looking for successful Florida professionals. So I came back.
He gave you the Go Gators, though. So you gave him a chance.
Right. That's why I gave him a chance. I said, what did you have in mind? And I sent him a GIF of a Gator cheering. He said, terrific. Generally, I like to hop on a quick call. I was very clear. As long as we are clear that I am not a prospect for your services, I'm open to it. Boom. So I'm going to have a call with him. I'm going to see where he goes. Because you know what? He may refer me to my next biggest client. I might refer him to somebody. You just never know. So Hall of Fame.
Opportunity. Fantastic. Mine is from Carlton Williams. And so I talked about him the other day, but I want people to understand what happened here because this is not necessarily an inbound. I reached out to Carlton because he liked something on my page. And when I went in to see who he was connected to you, and I saw he was from FAMU. So I want to show people this is how we reach out. Thanks for liking my post, Carlton, about him. I see you're a rattler, and you must have love for Tally. Would love to add you to my tribe and learn more about each other. That's as simple and as organic as I can be with him. And look at the way he came back. Hi, Mark. I'm a huge fan of you and your dad's Daily Huddle. Yes, the days in Tally were a treasure. So now we're going to have a conversation together. We set a virtual coffee to have. And this is how it happens. I don't know whether it's an opportunity. It's not about that. It's about building a relationship with him so that he can do a couple things. Buy from me, know someone who buys from me, or help me in some kind of way.
My apologies to Sir Jake. His segment is great. We're going to go overtime. We don't need to put up the thing. Stay with us because it's going to be hot. Play some opening music for Mr. Jake.
Audio Jungle.
It's an elite intro.
And I just want to talk about how appropriate this is because Jake actually is our family sports insider. Like, none of us really follow it that closely. Jake makes sure that we stay up to date with all of the things happening in sports that we need to.
And it's very relevant because he always ties it to what we do, how we do it, coaching, lessons learned. So much going on in the sports world. Jake, it's your 5 minutes. Go.
So it's interesting. Me and Mark go back and forth. I think he's more fired up about the Dolphins, and I'm more fired up about the Heat with our fandom. But he is wearing a culture shirt, which I don't know if that
I did it for you today. I knew it was your sports segment, so I did it for you.
But we've talked about the moves that the Heat are making, and for those of you who don't know, they have spent an obscene amount of money. I think I saw the stat, and this might have been from a couple years ago, but that $3 billion were spent in NBA free agency on day one.
Wow.
So I'm sure that's only gone up as the salary has gone up. I mean, you see people getting paid obscene amount of money. And I saw another stat that there's one player in the NFL who makes over 40 million, and there's now 9 or 10 in the NBA who make that. So there is a salary, discrepancy in the different sports. But the Heat are making a bunch of moves. Signed Kyle Lowry, brought in PJ Tucker, brought in Markieff Morris, who are 3 former NBA champions from the past 3 years. And you guys talk about fit and, fitting the culture and the skills will come. I think we are signing people who fit the culture that are going to show up every day.
You can teach system. You can teach the tactics that you want people to do. If they don't fit the organization mentally with their beliefs and the way they think and the way they operate, they're never going to help you win or be successful.
And what happens, and this is right out of Nick Saban's playbook, is if you have the right people, they self-police each other.
Correct.
You don't need to be, you should do this and you should do that. They knock the shit out of each other. Like, hey, get with the program or get out.
Correct.
Love it. So
what made us
thrilled that the Heat are doing stuff. My Knicks, I don't know who's driving the bus.
I don't know why you just don't get off the train already. Like, you're outnumbered.
Yeah. Why are you on the
get on the Heat train, get on the Dolphin train, just get aboard because you're wasting your golden years right now.
My golden years.
you don't have Sam Darnold at least throwing 14 interceptions for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
But the other sports update I would talk about is for all of you who don't know what happened at the Giants camp. They ended up in a huge brawl. The quarterback ended up at the bottom of the pile. And for me and Mark know this, if your quarterback is ending up at the bottom of the pile in camp, you have massive team issues.
Major culture issues.
Major culture problems. And so Joe Judge, who had never been a head coach before, I think, right? Or was he at Mississippi State?
No, he had never been a head coach before. So Joe Judge who is the head coach at the New York Giants. His track to becoming a head coach was he worked for both Nick Saban and Bill Belichick. He was Nick Saban's QC, a understudy of the special teams coordinator, eventually became the same role at the Patriots for Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick eventually elevated him to special teams coordinator when he lost Scotty O'Brien, who is a all-time great, one of the best special teams coordinators in the history of the game. So that was his track to becoming a head coach. He's been around the best. And this is where I don't care how good of a leader you are, how good of a system you have. If you don't have the right people in the seats, you're screwed. It doesn't matter.
Right. And I think I took a couple things. Well, to finish up the story, he ends up putting the entire team on the line to run. He's motherfucking them, excuse my French, but reporters are tweeting, they're like, we've never seen this before. He has them running back and forth, throwing up.
Doing push-ups.
Yeah, I'm not done. Start doing push-ups. The next day, 2 NFL veterans walk in and said, I'm retiring.
There's here, Doug Jackson.
Yeah, Doug Jackson. Good morning, sir. Great to see you.
So one, you need to know your personnel, and I don't think you can treat everybody the same. You can't treat people who have been around in the NFL for 15 years like a rookie. They're not going to accept it, and that's not going to work. And you have to morph your leadership to the different person, not one size fits all. And then adapting what you learn from other people to fit you. Like, he can't be Bill Belichick.
1,000%.
People come off
Nick
Saban and try to
learn and take from them, but you have to put it out to the team as who you are, and you have to make it fit you and your personality, because if they don't believe you care about them first, they don't give a shit. They're there for a paycheck then. If they believe they care about you, then they need to believe that you can help them. And if you check both of those boxes, you'll build the trust in order to be able to make them successful.
So a couple of things. It reminds me of my favorite podcast, which you turned me on to, which is Michael Gervais. And when he talks about with Pete Carroll about, it's insane to think that you're coaching everybody the same. It's just ridiculous. You have to coach people to be the best they can be in the way that they need to be coached. It's a very individual, very personalized thing. And speaking of great coaching, my friend Doug Jackson that's here today, shout out to him and his boy, because Nick Jackson is going to the moon. I've watched him since he's a little kid, and now he's a big old dude playing for Virginia, and that guy's going to wind up in the NFL. So kudos to you, because it starts with the dad being a leader, dude, and you are the best. And I love you. It's been you're just the best.
I love it.
One of my favorite client stories of all time. So love you, man. Thanks for
coming in from Periscope. We got to get Doug on LinkedIn. Like, he's coming in from Twitter. Doug, we got to get you on your LinkedIn game.
So, there's so much going on in sports, Jake. We're going to do this every Friday, how it relates. I'm excited about football, college football camps, pro football camps. Last night was the Hall of Fame game. And here's a tidbit that makes Tom Brady even better that most people don't know. Tom Brady is taking his day off and flying to Canton to be in the crowd when Peyton Manning gets inducted. So
that's awesome.
Very similar to my post. They both pushed each other. How does it get better? Respect for each other.
I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Great Friday, guys.
Yeah.
Great job, Jake. Love the sports update.
And thanks everybody for hanging late. We'll time it better next week so that he has his Humpster, dude. I'm gonna make your LinkedIn game. Rescue me. Just sing the song. Just call me singing. Hey, Nudelberg, rescue me.
I love it. Awesome. Have a fantastic Friday. Football camps are open. They are rolling. Football is back. Let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million